Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to another episode of Nufftingz Speaks with Nufftingz. So, we have to talk about some stuff that's been going on for the last week. I don't know why I'm saying it so fast because this is actually exciting information. Not really, it's a lot of tea. So, if you want to hear the tea that's been going on in Celebration Square, Mississauga, sit down, put your feet up, and listen to what I got to tell you. So, we had the Go Wild area this weekend, right? So now it's Monday, everything is died down, but there's a lot of things that happened during the week, right? So we had our ambassador totally left, right? So this isn't really going to go on to that. I know I wasn't going to talk about it, but these are things we have to talk about, right? This is what Nufftingz Speaks is about. So our ambassador totally effed off. She's gone, right? And nobody misses her. Seriously. And I hope someone shares this to her so she can understand what's going on and what you caused, right? So, and now it's time to start pointing fingers. Honestly, we got to start pointing fingers. So, to finally get to what I'm saying, I'm just like beating around the bush here. All right. So, we have this issue this week, right? Where a lot of people are upset that there's no ambassador check-ins. We got people from other places that will come up to me because I'm not ambassador yet. From what I heard, the application process is on a standstill right now, and we're going to have to wait till the new year, but I'm still hosting these events, right? Now, last week we did every day there was an event, every day was a meetup, right? The consistency right now is key. But a lot of people are very annoyed that our ambassador is gone, right? There's people now that are going to Streetsville, right? But it's like there's no ambassador in Streetsville either. And people are saying that there's more gyms where we are than Streetsville. So I don't know. There's a lot of things going on that it's like people are just interesting with what's going on, right? So during the week, we would have these little events, like, when you had the Tapu Finis, Tapu Bulus, and whatever, right? Those usually had like a pocket of people, like maybe like 20 people. Like we never had that many for those. But in the Crows one, there was a lot of people. Shadow Lugia, Shadow Ho-Ho, there's a lot of people, right? So on the days with the Tapus, there was more people that were talking and going on about what's going on in the community. So there was one day when this one dude, I can't remember his name, he told me that I was messing with the ambassador, right? Because I didn't like her and because I'm doing negative energy with her and, it has to be positive. And I'm like, look, man, I didn't dislike the girl. Like, I had no issue with her, man. My issue was how she was carrying herself as leader of a community. That was the problem. I'm not saying I'm better than her, but the basic stuff she wasn't doing. And what I mean is she wasn't hosting meetups. Like, so what the hell is the point of being ambassador if you're not going to host the meetups? And I'm talking like you host one a month. Like, then stop doing it then. Like, why did you go through the whole process to get in there and then not host the meetups? Like, that was the problem. So me and him got into this like back and forth disagreement, right? Because this one person that was there had said, "Oh, so you're Nufftingz." Now I know who she was talking about. I'm like, what'd she say? It was just high school nonsense. So as you can see, as much as I'm doing, she's doing the same thing, right? But you see, what I'm doing is telling you the truth. What she's doing is playing victim. That's the whole difference here, right? Okay, so moving on past that, right? We had another dude that popped up and said, well, sorry, I'm losing my voice. A hard weekend. So we had this other dude that sat there and told me, yo, you're not going to get ambassador. I'm like, why? He goes, because you cheat. I cheat? Since when? I've never cheated before. He goes, oh, you use the Indians rupees glitch. No, I don't. Then how do you have coins? Because I spend my real money, bro. I like right now, well, not right now, but remember last week they had, if you buy the packages, you got like 25% more of the coins or something if you bought it on like the web store. So I was doing that. So I spent like $2 bills on that. So, might have been 3. But so y'all, like some of these guys, honestly, they're doing the rupees thing, and they're sitting on like 500,000 coins. We got one dude who's a really good dude. He had 1 million. Like, we're talking about these guys are putting big cash in this, right? I'm not. I don't have money like that, and I'm not going to cheat either, because if I want to do this ambassador thing, Niantic's most likely going to check my account, and they're going to see like, yo, my boy is cheating. Can't have that, right? We need an ambassador, and if I have to make a little sacrifice, I'll make a little sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Spend a little money. So he's trying to tell me, well, he's telling me the procedure to get in. And I'm like, okay, and who told you this? He goes, well, Vibe, shit, I shouldn't say her name. Well, our ambassador told us. I'm like, no, she didn't. She never told you nothing, bro. Stop it. She never told you anything. So what are you talking about, homeboy? You see, like, and this is the whole thing. And then he's like, yo, well, you're not going to be ambassador because you use scanners. And I'm like, first of all, bro, y'all use scanners, right? What are we talking about here? Like, y'all use scanners, and I don't even think Niantic gives a crap about scanners. So you get a Hundo Magikarp on the road, okay, whatever. But if you're stopping them making their money, that's a different story, right? Now, so in my Discord, I got some dudes that are in there that are ambassadors in their own communities. So I asked one of them, and I said, yo, explain to me what the process is. And he explained everything, and he goes, look, I don't know if it's a guy. I'm going to say it's a guy, though. And he's like, look, my advice to you, because he wants me to be ambassador, he's like, yo, you have the love for the game, the community, and the energy. You need to be ambassador, right? So he said to me, this is what I'm going to tell you. So he said to me, yo, I need you to go into your campfire, because he's in the campfire too, just to see what's going on, right? He was in both campfires, mine and the ambassadors, right? And he said, okay, there was a time when I did a video on this where her group, some of her people came into my campfire and was making noise. And you know what's messed up about that? They actually reported me to Niantic saying that I'm a bad person and whatever. And Niantic said, look, whatever, like they sent me some automated message, but it said, look, whatever you're doing, just stop it. That was it, right? Like it wasn't like, oh my God, you're in trouble. So when that happened, when we had this thing, it was a back and forth, but they were talking about how there was an incident where we had a community photo, right? The problem was, since the ambassador was there, she's there with the banner and she's there taking the photo. But it's the same people in the campfire, in both campfires. So I took the photo also. It wasn't like I was hiding in a bush. I was right there taking the picture, right? So when I took the picture, I photoshopped it and got rid of the ambassador and her banner and everything. I cut her out, and it was blank. Like I actually put my my banner that I put up because I have no ambassador banner. I got one of my own, and I had it up there, and we just photoshopped her out. They got mad and started putting stuff in the thing. Oh yeah, look at this guy, photoshopping and stealing pictures, and some of the shot, like if you look at the shot, some of the people in the picture, their faces were turned the other way or whatever. Like, it wasn't the same. It wasn't a steal of a picture. It was not that. So I even said, look, I had to take her out because if I left her in there, that would have caused its own problems. But of course, they came in there and they're making a whole bunch of noise. Okay, fine. Now, you have this back and forth argument. So this dude told me, he goes, look, delete all that. He's like, delete everything that was said from them, from your side. Just delete it all so Niantic doesn't see it. Okay, cool. So I deleted it all. And he goes, all the people that were talking smack, that were against your community part, ban them. I banned about 10 people because they came in there supporting the ambassador, right? And the thing was, anyone that went into her campfire and said anything like, oh, when's the next meetup? She banned them. If anyone said, oh, I need you to do more meetups because, I'm not able to get the badge, she banned them. Like anything that went against her and what she was doing, even in the most littlest sense, like we're talking like the most simplest thing, like the simplest question, like she would ban them. So moving on now. So, also the last event that she had hosted was Mega Rayquaza, right? People came up to me this week and said to me, yo, do you know what happened with Mega Rayquaza? I'm like, what happened? She wasn't with all of it. There was like 300 of us, and they were all in my group, right? People were saying that she was talking smack about how I threatened her or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I don't even talk to this girl. Like, I don't know what she's talking about. I ruined her image, blah, 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 blah. Now, one person in particular came up to me and goes, yo, you know what she did? She sat in Jollibees and was doing the raids and trying to control the group while sitting at Jollibees. And I was like, so she sat in a fried chicken spot to do the raids and host the meetup? Yeah. Okay. Now, before I get into like the big story, the really big story that really happened like Friday, we also got to remember too, like, she also is still ambassador. She's been getting the care packages from Niantic and not even giving it to the community. So this weekend, it was me that had to go into my pocket and get stuff to give to the community for getting shinies, for getting hundos. We had a plushie for if you got a shundo, but nobody got the shundo. But, we did get some people that got like 100% Darkrai with the background, and they were just like losing their mind. But anyways, so we were giving out, pins, we're giving out stickers, and it was stuff like that. Even when kids came around, I would give them like, free stickers and free pins because they're kids, man. Come on now. Now, we're going to talk about the big story now. So 12 minutes in, we're going to talk about the big story. So people that are in the community know this story already, but you're going to hear it again. So Friday, I was with a friend of mine, right? And she's the most neutral person in the world. She don't choose sides and nothing, right? The only thing she was against was how she didn't like the ambassador not hosting meetups, like 99% of the people. That situation was so bad because she then said to me, she goes, yo, the ambassador closed their Campfire. I'm like, word? Good. So she's totally done. But then later on that day, another person came up to me and goes, yo, her Campfire's still up, eh? I'm like, no, it's not. It got taken down. Because remember, I'm banned. I can't see it. He goes, no, bro. And he showed it to me. And I was like, oh, damn. So old girl now heard about it too. She was like, oh, wait, what? So I got banned? Yo, she snapped, bro. And like, we could say it was for no reason. Like, oh, you're overreacting. But it was more like she didn't mess with the ambassador. They were always cheery to each other. They knew each other on first name basis. And she's like, yo, this girl's a backstabber. She couldn't even tell me why she banned me. She just banned me. So what she did now, she then sends a private message to her, which I saw, like she showed it to me. And it wasn't bad. It was just straight up, I'm a grown person. You're petty as hell kind of thing. Like, why did you ban me? Like, we've had no issues with each other. You can't get mad at me for supporting my friend who's actually hosting, that kind of thing. Yo, the message didn't go through. She banned her completely, bro. I was like, damn, like she really banned you. Now, this lady now, she was so annoyed, bro. She was mad. She goes, I don't do nothing to this girl. Why is she acting like that? And she just brought it up all weekend. It was like, and it got to the point where even I'd be like, yo, did you hear what happened? And she'd be like, yo, you know what? And it was like, it was hilarious because not because of what happened to her. It was hilarious how she reacted because that was needed. Like I've been saying this whole, and I said to everybody, I go, what did I tell you guys? I warned you she was going to do this. What really irritated her and everybody else from listening to all these conversations while I was raiding, it's the backstabbing. And then I go, look, man, y'all didn't see it on her. Like, she was like that. And here's how I look at it. See, I'm a grown man, right? What I've learned about people from my experience, this is my opinion though, so don't like, oh my God, you're stupid. This is my opinion. My opinion is that a lot of people nowadays never been told no. Like, I've said this before and I will die with this. TK Kirkland, the comedian, he said that a lot of people nowadays growing up were never told to get away from the grown folks table. Right? I've said this before and I will keep saying it till people understand what I'm saying. When I was growing up, when the grown folks were talking, you shut up. You don't jump in. You don't say nothing. Nowadays, kids will jump in, cut off grown folks talking, and it's a huge issue that I see. You also have a lot of females out here that never heard no. The simp behavior, the thirst behavior for females out here is so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking like even now, there's some guys that their only goal was to get in the ambassador's pants. Seriously. And they will defend her forever, even though she's not doing right by the community. You know what I'm saying? Now, you're mad at me because I don't got boobies, you know, and I'm not a chick. Like, that's silly. Someone's trying to build the community and you want to get some booty. That doesn't make any damn sense. So when my friend got mad, well, she's everybody's friend. When she got mad, she had all the right in the world to be upset. And she's even like, you know, if I ever see her, I'm going to talk to her and ask her, you know, why? But you're probably never going to see her. And also, I keep losing my voice. Damn, losing my voice. Okay. There's another thing I want to say. I don't know if I've said this before. I researched old girl here, right? The ambassador a little bit. Remember, she's a streamer. When she got ambassador and was deciding to quit, she put up Instagram posts saying, oh, ambassador, Pokemon GO ambassador, now going to Pokemon TCG. She used that ambassador title a lot for clout. Seriously. I'm surprised that her merch that she's selling doesn't say ambassador on it. You know what I'm saying? She was using that for serious clout. You can sit there and be like, no, if you're talking smack. Go look it up yourself. You will see what I'm talking about. But she's since deleted a lot of those posts. But yo, AI can find anything. So y'all got to start. If y'all don't believe me and you want to defend, you got to search it up. You know, like seriously, it takes 5 minutes, not even like 2.5 minutes. You could find this out, right? She was using it for clout. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing too is like, she's ambassador, yet none of her content on, you know, YouTube or anything had anything to do with Pokemon Go or her doing anything. You ever notice how a lot of these YouTubers will have they'll have cameras on them during events and whatever? Like, you know, even the photos that she took were booty. You know, she wasn't posting them on Twitch or anything. Like, she was just posting. I don't even know where the hell she was posting them. From what I saw, she was just posting it on Campfire and expecting Niantic to say, oh my God, look. But like, she wouldn't tag Niantic in it, nothing. So like, I don't know what she was doing, but on the real tip right now, she's old news, right? But she's going to continuously be brought up. And I even said to people, I'm like, look, she needs to give everybody the care package. I like, give it to me and I'll give it away. And I'll say, this is from the ambassador. Like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, it's from me. You know, like, dude sent me pictures of what they got. And they're like, this is what you need to give away. Like, this is the stuff that Niantic's giving. We're talking about, there's so much stuff that could have been given away this weekend. But, you know, it had to come out of other people's pocket. Like, look at when we had the jerseys giveaway. You know, where people getting Blue Jays jerseys. That could have worked with her. You know what I'm saying? She could have got that if she tried. But now everybody has a bad taste in their mouth, and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people, like, now people are like, even as a joke, look, Ambassador Nufftingz. And then they'll joke with me, like, when I don't do a raid, one of my homeboys yesterday was like, yo, that's not ambassador like. Like, you know, it's jokes now, you know what I mean? But like, even her, like, she was there for an hour for most of the events and she left. Me, I was there from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Well, like 6:37, you know, both days. Yo, it was cold. Yo, I was freezing. My armpits were frozen. Like, this is the sacrifice you make when you play Pogo and you want the community to flourish. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm going to do another video talking about the event itself without this negative stuff. But we got to put the negative stuff out first because positivity will be the next part and the lasting part. Anyways, if you like what I said and you're able to sit here and listen to me talk the whole time, like and subscribe. Comment down below. Tell me what, you guys did this weekend, how it went with your ambassador. Give me ideas on stuff because I've been using a lot of the ideas I've been getting. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!